Today on the Auburn Torch, Auburn Equestrian begins its chase for an SEC championship at home. Also, Auburn women's tennis bounced back last night. Let's take a look at it. It's Friday, March 27th. Auburn Equestrian. Today's for the horses. You've heard of a day for the birds. Today is for the horses. Auburn Equestrian hosts SEC championships today and tomorrow at the Auburn Equestrian Center off of Wire Road. Beautiful down Wire, Alabama. It's not that far down Wire. 10 a.m., Georgia and South Carolina in the other semifinal. Second-seeded South Carolina. Third-seeded Georgia. And then at 3 p.m., Auburn Equestrian against Texas A&M. A Texas A&M team they beat pretty bad last time out. But this will be on neutral. Here, well, let's get into it. This will be on neutral horses. So all regular season, if you're unfamiliar, you ride on the home team's horses. So horses that it's a pretty significant home field advantage compared to every other sport. Not only do you know the venue, not only do you know, the sight lines and everything else, and the venue and the arena, and the familiar setting around you and sleep in your own bed, but you also get to ride your own horse, right? Or your own school's horses that you know a lot better. But in postseason, that's out the door. Neutral horses. Both teams are riding someone else's horses, another school's horses. So, AuburnTorch.com today. Full preview of this weekend for Auburn Equestrian. Wasn't able to talk to him until yesterday, so not as long as I wanted, but get a nice look, and get ready for the weekend ahead. It seems like to me, what's funny is you go out there and, I'll point this out because they wanted me to point this out, is you go out there and all leading up this week, setting up for SEC championships as far as like setting up barricades and putting together bleachers and like maybe weed eating a little patch of grass. The girls actually do that, right? And they're showing me like, look, they have a chore list that the coach gives them, because these are horse girls, right? Country girls, and they're just getting it all set up because they want the SEC championships to be as nice as it can be, as fun an experience as it could be, as fond a memory as it could be. And you got to remember, this is not an NCAA sport. This is an NCEA sport, so it's not an NCAA sport. So they don't have that kind of support, right, for championships. So it's a lot of hands-on, a lot of dirty work, right? That's I touch on that at the start of the article, but then we get into the meat and potatoes of what's going on, and it's all, the way I phrased it, it's all there, plus a storybook opponent in South Carolina, the defending SEC champions. Auburn won 6 straight SEC championships through 2024, and then last year South Carolina won it. And this regular season, Auburn went to South Carolina and lost. It seems like they're on a collision course for the final. Elvis seems to think Georgia might get them. I don't know. We will see. It would be a storybook opponent for it to be South Carolina. I will say that. So anyway, check it out, AuburnTorch.com. I talked to high-scoring freshman, Caroline Olson. I talked to another Caroline, a senior Caroline Fredenberg, who does horsemanship. And I'll have a little bit more about both of them before the national meet. But it was great. So check out the story, and then apparently it'll be streaming on SEC Network Plus today. I have not seen how they stream Equestrian before. I don't even know if that's happened before. So we'll see what that stream looks like today. So apparently it'll be on SEC Network Plus. But if you're in Auburn, free admission. Just head on up there and look at some horses. Right, the parking will be crazy. Probably want to wear some Don't wear your nicest shoes out there. And yeah, have a good time. Also, congruently today, right at 3 p.m., men's tennis hosts LSU. They're at home all weekend. Then they actually host South Carolina on Sunday. And then softball is hosting Missouri all weekend. Women's tennis yesterday. Let's pull up. Let's some highlights play for video viewers. Auburn women's tennis bounced back nicely, 7-0 over Mississippi State. Big bounce back for them after, the loss to Georgia last weekend. So now 25-2 on the season. Definitely no reason to panic at Georgia. It is concerning that the NCAA championships that are there in Georgia at that arena. So if they do come across Georgia, they're gonna have to beat them there. But at least SECs aren't there. So, but anyway, this was Auburn putting its stamp back. Like, hey, we're not going anywhere. We're not gonna let Georgia's not beating us twice. We're getting. We're back in the saddle. We're back in there. A few straight sets wins. Among the other, among all these. So, yeah, Auburn's back on top. Still atop the SEC standings. Georgia actually does have 2 SEC losses. So Auburn is actually ahead of them in the SEC standings and tied with A&M, I believe, with 1 loss. So we will see. They play again. Auburn plays again on Saturday. Let me find that opponent for you. Against Alabama. That's right. The Tide. I talked about that some on 5 Things to Follow. DJ Bennett, you're watching here on I'll go ahead and spoil a 5 Things to Follow for you. It was I put DJ Bennett because she's a senior. She's from Bellevue, Florida. She actually grew up a Florida Gator fan. But she, among all of these tennis players on both Auburn's roster and Alabama's roster, there's a lot of, a lot of foreign players and even players from the States. A lot of them are from all over, from, up north and wherever else. And it looked like DJ was pretty much the only one from SEC country. He may have been the only one to grow up an SEC fan, really kind of knowing, even if you're a Florida fan, you're knowing, okay, you know what the Iron Bowl is. You know what that rivalry is, right? So anyway, all to say, she's probably understood this rivalry the longest out of anyone on either side. The men's team has a guy like that too, Nicholas Hang. And, Nicholas was saying when they beat Alabama that it really meant a lot to him to do it his last year at Auburn. So for DJ gets her chance to get it done in her last meeting with Alabama on Saturday. So other than that, let me go ahead and I can just cut it short. We will see again Auburn and A&M in Equestrian today, and then either Georgia or South Carolina, if they win, in the SEC championship on Saturday. I'm going to try to slide through. We'll see. I'm going to try to slide. I'm going to try to get there. So if you're there, you won't be alone. Come look for me. Yeah, so let me get out of here. This is the weekend ahead. A lot of tennis. Just a PSA, a lot of tennis out there and equestrian. So we'll be following right here at Auburn Torch. Join the conversation. Hit us up. Hit up the comments. Come talk with us. And yeah. And until then, I'll be back on Monday. So until then, take care.